In this tutorial, we're going to look at using the standard normal distribution table. Now, we're looking at z-scores. Now, for the moment, we'll just think of z-scores as being standard deviations. And we'll explain a little bit more about how a z-score is slightly different to a standard deviation in the next video when we start looking at using this formula up here to create a z-score from any mean and any standard deviation. But at the moment, we're going to just practice using this table because it's a little bit confusing the first time around. So at the moment, we're going to try looking up a z-score of 1.74. Now, if you look at the table here, we've got z here, and we've got z-scores down here, and we've got z-scores across the top. Now, as we look down the column, first column here, we have the ones column and the tenths column. So the first decimal place, 1.2, 1.7. I haven't shown all of the table in this picture. We've got 0.0, 0.4, etc. Now across the top here, that's the second decimal place. And then where it says differences, we've got the third decimal place. But first we're going to concentrate looking at two decimal places. So 1.7. We come down here to 1.7. So we're looking at just this row. Okay, 1.74. So there's the 1.7. And then we want to look at 4. 1.74. So we're looking at this guy here. And it says for a z-score, for z equaling 1.74, we have a probability of 0.4591. Okay, it's a little bit blurry, a little bit out of focus, that table, because it's blown up so big. But if you have a look at the back of any textbook or workbook that you have, in the last few pages, you'll find a table, and you'll be able to perhaps pause the video now and see if you can find that value of 0.4591. Okay, but in the meantime, we'll go ahead and we'll look at a z-score that's equal to 1.74, 3. So we're bringing the third decimal point. There's the first decimal, there's the second decimal, the third decimal is over here in the differences column. Okay, so we go 1.74, so we still get our 0.4591 that we had in the previous question. But now we've got the next decimal of 3. So if we go across the differences column to where the 3 is, it says 3 in that differences column. Now here's the tricky part. The 3 gets added on to the end of the probability. Okay, so we've got 0.45. Instead of 91, we've got 91 plus 3. So we've got 94. Okay, so that was nice and simple. Add 3 onto the 1. Okay, the next z-score, 1.0. So 1.0 is this one here, all the way across there. The next decimal is 2. So we're going to stop here, 1.02. So that's the beginning, 0.3461. And this 3 at the end, we go to the differences column, 3, and we add 7 onto the very end. So the probability here for that z-score is equal to 0.34. 61 plus 7 is 68. Okay, so that's how we use the standardized normal distributions table. All right, so now that you know how to use the table, in the previous video there was an introduction to normal distribution. So when you've watched both of these videos, you're now ready to go on and use the normal distribution starting from any mean with any standard deviation and come all the way back to calculating the probability that the question is asking you.